Hey, what's up guys? So yesterday I was on a flight from Singapore to Brisbane. So I was waiting in the Changi airport, right? Waiting to board the plane. After you start getting used to taking flights, like you don't really think about it anymore. So it doesn't really cross your mind what's happening. But then once in a while you get this realization that hey, this might actually be my last flight. And because you don't know what's gonna happen, right? That's life. And I was legit scared when I was in the airport, like when I was waiting. And then a lot of these things and a lot of scenarios just play in my mind. But while I think it's good to know that your days on earth are numbered and your time on earth is short and to make much of every single moment of your life, I also came across this verse from the book of Psalm chapter 139 verse 16, where the psalmist was saying, you saw me before I was even born. And in your book, you write every single part of my life. You write every single part of my life, and not a day has gone by. That means that even before the world was created, not a day has gone by before everything was written, before everything was ordained. And that means that even before the creation of the world, God has known, God has written every single part of our lives from the beginning to the end. He knows what's going to happen, and He knows what kind of impact you're going to be to the people around you and to your family and to your community. And to me, that's a great comfort knowing that, hey, every single day of my life, God has ordained it. So when the time comes, that means it's done. My story's done. And if my story's done, if I've done everything I'm supposed to do on earth and God thinks it's my time to go back home, then wouldn't I want to go back home? Doesn't that mean my work is done and everything? And so it's a great comfort knowing that nothing happens without God ordaining it to happen in our life. And also the other thing that we can learn from this is that no matter what happens in our life, it happens because God allows it to happen. And I know that this might be confusing sometimes, like why do bad things happen in our lives? Does that mean God ordained bad things to happen in our lives? And well, a lot of things, I don't have the answers to a lot of the questions on earth, but I do know this. I do know that behind everything that God does, there's love. And Romans 8:28 says that everything works together for good for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. And sometimes, even though we can't see the big picture, even though we don't have the answer to what's happening around us, even though we don't know the reason why we're going through this suffering, why we're going through this calamity and these bad things, why do these bad things happen in our life? Why do bad things happen to good people? We have to know this. If God allows it to happen, there is a reason behind it. We just can't see it yet because our mind is finite and God is infinite. And I think that is a great comfort, knowing that every single thing that happens in our life happens because God ordains it to happen. And God has a book for every single one of us where He writes every single part of your life and what kind of person you're going to be and every single plan that He has for your life. And I think that's really beautiful and that's really romantic. So God has a great purpose for all of your life. And no matter what happens in your life, know this, that God loves you and has proven that by dying on the cross. And if He loves you, then every single thing that He allows to happen in your life happens for your good, happens for our good. And that is great comfort. So that's it for today. It's a very short message. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. God loves you guys.